Greetings, comrades. We are concluding in responding to the questions that you sent. We've done 3 or 4 videos, still trying to conclude on the questions that, or to respond on the questions that you sent. And in this video, concluding on those questions, we will then get new questions again on Sunday. And thanks for sending the questions to us. But if you are following us right now, please, you can write your questions in the comment section. We will try to respond to your questions. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mabena. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you're on TikTok, please do follow us. Comrade Tine Mochachino, I hope I pronounce your surname correctly, says, good morning, Mkhonyana kaMathutu. Wenze njani ukuze wehlise umzimba? I stopped eating starch food. I stopped eating pap. I stopped eating this other bread, which is starch. All starch things I stayed away from starch things. So this is why my belly is gone. So yeah. So I know it's not an easy journey. I just quit the starch, but it's not easy to adapt to a new diet. But it did help me a lot. Hence, Umkaba is gone because the campaign was Umkaba must fall, and indeed, Umkaba did fall. Comrade Derek Dilo Zikali. Well, yours is not really a question, but we will organize a social gathering when Dr. Zenzo Moyo gets back. I know that Dr. Moyo is in the UK. Will organize a social gathering. Comrade Ngobiz Tanube writes, any statement from United Nations yet with regards to a whole election drama from across the river Limpopo? Well, there is a. I've not seen a statement from the United Nations in respect to the elections in Zimbabwe. What I saw, I figured it was just a fake. You know, we're now victims of fake news. There was something circulating, purported to be coming from the UN Secretary General congratulating President Emerson Mnangagwa. I doubt if that is authentic. So I would say, I've not seen such a statement. Comrade Elek Nkomo writes, why Chamisa chose not to go to court to present his evidence. I have no clue, Comrade Elek Nkomo. I'm not a member of Triple C, so I have no clue why they didn't go to court. I saw this morning on SABC News the spokesperson of President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about the report of SADC observer team that it is being prepared for the heads of states. He also mentioned that Chamisa abandoned his court process or court challenge. President Ramaphosa is of the view that the people of Zimbabwe must find each other, but it did not elaborate on what are the plans. I would assume, that's an assumption from me, that they are waiting for a final report to then act on that. Comrade Beginkosi and now, thanks a lot. This from Senegal. It's a Senegalese T-shirt. Yeah, I bought it during the World Cup. So I was supporting Senegal. Unfortunately, as you know, we didn't lift the cup, but it did. It did well in the tournament. So that's what I know, Comrade Elik Nkomo, that yeah, presume President Ramaphosa and others, they are waiting for a report. But the elections were not dominated by political violence. Yes, there were incidences of violence, but you can't compare with the previous elections. So that was a step in the right direction. So he says that the people of Zimbabwe must engage on these matters. The government of Zimbabwe engage on these matters so that when you get to the next election, all this negativity possibly pointed out by the SADC Observer mission report are addressed in the next election, so that when elections are held in an environment where everyone agrees with the outcome. The last question is from Noma Masuku Ngwenya. Says ngingathola njani work permit ngiyekho under ZEP. We have addressed this in the previous video, that you cannot, if you are of low skill, but if you are qualified, we did explain the process that you need to provide information that your job was advertised, the people that attended interviews, proof that you came first in that interview, and so forth. But if it is not under critical skills, you then have to apply to the Department of Labor to waive the requirements, so that you can then be granted a general work visa. But if we say that if you are under critical skills, you do not need to go through that whole process. We have not yet received a response. Once we get a response, we are going to communicate that with you. If we do not get it later today, of which we're already getting to the end of the day in terms of working hours, we hope that we'll get it on Monday before midday, so that we can communicate with you. But like we are saying, that they will be sending you an email, because what we have been saying to them is that it's a bit of a challenge to have people that applied in 2021 and 2022 who have not received their outcome. You will see someone who applied in April 2023 receiving their outcome, but someone who applied in April 2022 has not yet received the outcome. So we are raising that with them. We hope they are going to respond before end of business today. If they don't, then they respond on Monday. Otherwise, thank you so much. We will again this weekend post, so that we'll ask you to send your questions, so that we'll then have time to engage with yourselves in terms of responding to the questions. Please continue writing in the comment section. Otherwise, have a great weekend with your families. We love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.